Okay, today I'm going to show how I made a simple Edison bulb lamp out of parts from IKEA and the hardware store. So we start with the IKEA glass dome. This is the one with the wooden base, and it's the larger of the two that are available. I'm not even going to try pronouncing the name because I'll probably just slaughter it. Second, we have the bulb base. This is the one without the switch. And we have an assortment of lamp hardware parts for like the stem and the lock nuts and such. And we have a cord. This is the one with the switch inline. And of course an Edison bulb or exposed filament bulb. This is one's an LED. So to get started, we needed to make a hole in the base for the stem to go through. In this case I used... Okay, so the method I originally used didn't really work at all. It ended up being way off center. Best thing to do is just use a measuring tape to measure where roughly the center is and do it from two directions. It'll get you close enough. Next I use a Forstner bit and set the depth gauge on the drill press to go about halfway through. The Forstner bit I had was about the exact size of the larger nuts, which worked for this. Would have actually been good if I'd had a slightly larger bit, but this was the largest one I had. Next I switched out for a regular drill bit. I started with a smaller pilot hole, which I drilled through to make sure everything was centered after my earlier goof up on measuring the center. And then after that I went back with a larger drill bit and made the hole large enough for the post. Next, I assembled the stem for the light bulb holder. I started by putting one of the extension pieces through the base, making sure the nut was going to fit and everything, and then adding decorative parts on top to make it look good and also to give it a little bit of height off the base before the light bulb holder itself on top. Here I put the lamp cord through the base and up where it's going to attach to the socket. Here I use what's called an underwriter's knot, which serves two purposes. It both helps separate the two wires out for either side of the actual lamp socket or bulb socket itself. It also provides a little bit of mechanical strength so that the cord itself can't be pulled back through the base. Just going to leave it on double speed here. There are much better resources on the internet for how to tie an underwriter's knot than anything I could do. So if you're doing a similar project, I encourage you to look those up. Next I wire the socket. As usual, the silver wire goes to the silver screw and the black wire goes to the brass screw. In this case, the cord actually had the wire marked black to help it make it easier to figure out which one it needed to be. So that helped a lot. Then afterwards, there's a cardboard insulator it goes over to stop the connections from touching the metal socket. And that was just a matter of clipping it together. Here I'm using some dollar store rubber feet to raise up the base enough that the cord can go off to the side to plug into the wall. I'd originally thought about maybe using my router to cut a groove into the base for the cord, but this is just as effective and much, much simpler. Final step, put in the bulb, make sure everything's nice and tight, and time to test. Moment of truth, and it works. Check the switch, make sure it's working as well. And last but not least, add the glass dome, completing the lamp. Well, I hope you enjoyed my little project. Please like and subscribe if you'd like to see similar videos. As always, feedback is welcome in the comments. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and also visit my website at tinkeringgeek.com. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep tinkering.